Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Healing Bedtime Stories. I'm Julia, and tonight I'll be your gentle companion on a journey toward deep, peaceful sleep. For now, allow yourself to set aside all the worries of the day, letting your body and mind relax together. Before we begin tonight's healing topic, patience and peace, let's take a few minutes for a special meditation called Forgiving Yourself. This meditation will help us learn to love ourselves in a healthy way and release the weight of negative emotions. Because forgiving yourself is not about excusing or justifying your mistakes. It's about acknowledging that you are human, that you've made missteps, and that you deserve the chance to make things right. Forgiveness allows us to accept our past, heal ourselves, and open our hearts to love more easily, so that we can live more happily. Now, please read along with me, allowing these words to sink deeply into your heart and mind. Let's begin. I choose to forgive myself for the times I treated myself unkindly. I choose to forgive myself for the moments I could not love a part of my own body, for looking in the mirror and wishing I was someone else. I choose to forgive myself for the times I did not care for my health, for the nights I stayed up too late, for the mornings I slept in and missed the beauty of a fresh new day. I choose to forgive myself for the times I hurt my own body, for the times I ignored its needs, for the meals I skipped, the rest I denied, and for pushing myself beyond my limits. I choose to forgive myself for the days I drowned in self-doubt, for believing I was not enough, and for comparing myself to others instead of embracing my own journey. I choose to forgive myself for the moments I silenced my heart, for not listening to its quiet cries for care, and for walking away from the things that truly matter to me. I choose to forgive myself for the mistakes of my past, the ones I made today, and even the ones I might make tomorrow, because I am still learning, still growing. I choose to forgive myself for wasting precious hours on things that did not bring me joy, and for not using my time to create the life I truly want. I choose to forgive myself for not protecting my dreams fiercely enough, and for letting fear hold me back from the life I imagined. As we forgive ourselves for the moments we fell short, for the times we let envy, pride, or impatience guide our hearts, we create space for calm and understanding. Forgiveness opens the door to patience, the gentle strength that helps us face life's little delays and challenges without losing our peace. It reminds us that just as we forgive ourselves, we can also breathe through frustration, step back, and respond with clarity instead of haste. And this is the heart of tonight's message, learning to be patient, even in the moments that test us most. Have you ever been in a moment that made you so frustrated you almost wanted to shout? Maybe you're hurrying down the street, heart racing, hoping to catch your usual bus. You reach the stop, still catching your breath, and then your phone shows a message: delay, 15 more minutes. Or worse, canceled. Now you have to wait under the burning summer sun, the heat rising from the road, blinding your eyes. Or you stand shivering in the cold gray winter, the wind slipping through your coat, freezing your hands. A simple delay can make you late for work, miss an important meeting, or lose a special appointment you've been looking forward to. In that moment, how would you feel? Annoyed, tired, disappointed. Maybe you'd want to give up and just go home. Or picture this: you've just started a part-time job, maybe in a restaurant, a bubble tea shop, or a fast food counter. The warm lights shine down. The smell of fried food mixes with the hiss of boiling water. You carry a tray, trying your best to get everything right. But beside you is a coworker with a sharp voice and a cold stare, ready to criticize or scold, even in front of customers. Sometimes your hands shake from anger. You want to answer back or walk out and never return. But then you realize something. If you react the same way they do, the result will not be any better. Moments like these, sudden, uncomfortable, and unwanted, are tests of whether you can stay calm. And this is when a quiet but powerful quality becomes important: patience. Patience is more than just waiting. It's not only about waiting in traffic, waiting for coffee to cool, or waiting for someone to finish speaking. Patience is the strength to stay steady. When things don't go your way, when pressure rises, when people say hurtful words, when life feels unfair, and to choose not to let your anger take control. It's not about hiding your feelings and letting them burn inside. It's about keeping your mind calm, like a still lake that stays peaceful even when the wind blows hard. It's staying composed when you're stuck on the highway instead of hitting the steering wheel. It's listening fully to someone's words, then replying in a gentle voice instead of cutting them off. Patience doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong enough to lead yourself when others are led by their tempers. In a fast, competitive world, people may mistake patience for weakness or silence. But in truth, it's one of the greatest inner strengths you can have. Those who are patient are not untouched by unfairness or pain. They simply see more clearly and choose the response that will help in the long run, instead of chasing the brief relief of anger. Patience is not giving up. It's like in basketball. Instead of rushing to shoot just to prove yourself, you wait for the right moment, the right position, so that the shot will count. You step back, not to lose, but to see the whole picture and move wisely. Think of patience as a soft but strong shield around your heart. It doesn't stop you from seeing, hearing, or feeling. It just keeps hurtful words or actions from breaking you. You might be standing in a storm of judgment, but inside, your heart stays warm and safe. You take a deep breath, let the quiet fill you, and then you keep walking, proud that today you stayed true to yourself. So, why do we need patience in life? Imagine you're at work. A colleague seems irritated today and even says some unpleasant things to you. In that moment, you could get angry, talk back, or start an argument. But what if you paused for a moment, took a deep breath, and asked yourself, maybe they're going through something. Is there something I can do to ease this tension? You see, patience helps you avoid unnecessary conflict. It keeps the workplace more peaceful and respectful. It's the same when you're at home and your partner does something that upsets you. Maybe they forgot to help with the housework or said something that hurt your feelings. Instead of complaining or arguing right away, you could take a moment to think about all the good things they've done, about the love you've built together, or you could gently ask them why they acted that way. For example, "Honey, you didn't wash the dishes tonight. Are you okay, honey?" Perhaps that day your husband had a tense meeting at work, or his boss scolded him, leaving him feeling drained, stressed, and with a pounding headache. If, in that moment, you only criticize him, wouldn't he feel even more hurt and lonely? Without asking about the reason behind his actions, could it be that you're unknowingly pushing your relationship further apart? The truth is, right then, you are the most important person to him, the one he needs most to be close to be heard, and to be understood. That's why patience is not about silently enduring and storing anger inside. It's about letting go of small irritations in order to protect peace and respect in your relationship. Patience is also a gift you give yourself, the gift of freedom in your heart. Because when you're patient, you give yourself the choice not to let little things hurt you or dim your joy. You learn to take a step back, and in doing so, you begin to notice the beautiful and peaceful things that are still around you, even when life feels stormy. And at night, when all the noise fades, let patience be the gentle breath in your heart, a quiet comfort, a silent strength that carries you into sleep, so that you can wake up tomorrow with a calm mind and a heart full of life. So, what does patience mean in religion, and more specifically, in the Buddhist path? When monks live apart from a busy, competitive society, do they still face situations that test their patience every day? In Buddhism, patience carries a deep meaning. It is not only the patience of waiting, as we often think. In Buddhist teachings, patience is the ability to endure without letting anger, pain, or hurt control your mind or disturb your peace. When someone hurts you or life places you in a difficult situation, patience is not about closing your eyes and pretending nothing happened. It is about noticing the storm of emotions rising inside you and learning how to calm that storm. It's choosing not to let it ruin your day, and not to let it push you into actions that harm yourself or others. Because patience helps us release negative emotions and keep our hearts peaceful and clear. It becomes one of the most important virtues for Buddhists and monks. Their journey is not only about doing good deeds, but also about transforming the suffering and worries within their hearts, and patience is one of the most powerful tools to do that. It not only protects them from emotional outbursts, but also expands their wisdom and compassion, allowing them to see life with a calmer and more forgiving mind. A vivid example of patience in monastic life is found in the way food is taken. In the Theravada Buddhist tradition, monks follow a strict discipline. They eat only before noon. Some even limit themselves to just one meal a day. After that, no solid food passes their lips until the next dawn, and the only drink allowed is plain water without any hint of sweetness. They also do not choose their meals. Whatever food is placed into their alms bowl, they accept without complaint, without picking out the tastier parts, whether it suits their personal preference or not. Some highly disciplined monks take this practice even further. They follow a specific order when eating the mixed offerings in their bowl, starting from the top layer and going down in turn. Perhaps first a handful of plain rice, then some yogurt, followed by noodles, then a piece of fruit, and finally stir-fried vegetables. The arrangement is entirely dependent on how the people happened to place the offerings into the bowl that day. There was once a meditation master who shared that if people offered him a bowl of fresh noodles with vegetables and a packet of soy sauce, he would eat the noodles and vegetables separately and drink the soy sauce on its own. When asked why he followed such a strict way of eating, he explained that it was a practice to slowly train his mind not to cling to delicious tastes. At first, eating plain noodles without mixing in the sauce, or drinking the sauce without the noodles, could stir up feelings of displeasure or restlessness in the mind, because it naturally compared delicious and not delicious. Sometimes, small waves of irritation would arise, but over time, by continuing to eat this way, his mind became like a still lake. When he tasted something rich and flavorful, he remained calm. When he had to eat something salty or spicy, his heart stayed peaceful. These small, everyday practices were his way of gently training his own mind. Imagine yourself in that situation. When your stomach growls with hunger for many hours, isn't it easy to feel irritable, impatient, or even angry with yourself and those around you? For many of us, it would be a real struggle. But for monks to practice this form of patience, they must go through strict training in self-discipline and emotional control. They learn to live with lack, to sit with the feeling of hunger, and to face the discomfort or restlessness that comes when the body demands energy but is not given it right away. This is not passive endurance. It is training the mind to master emotions, to understand that hunger, thirst, or any discomfort is only temporary, like a wave that will pass. In this way, patience becomes a way to transform physical hardship into inner strength, helping them keep a steady mind, free from the sudden pulls of emotion or the body's immediate desires. From such small practices, monks learn to bring patience into every corner of life, from simple acts like eating and sleeping to greater challenges like facing hurtful words, unfair treatment, or difficulties in their spiritual journey. They understand that patience is not a sign of weakness or surrender. It is a form of spiritual strength, helping them master themselves, keep their peace, and move toward a life of deeper joy and meaning. If life is like a boat, patience is the rudder that guides it, keeping the heart from sinking in stormy waves. And just like the monks who patiently practice patience in every meal and every day of their lives, we can also learn to develop patience in our daily living so we are not swept away by negative emotions. And so we can keep the quiet strength of peace within. In today's fast-paced world, our lives often move faster than our minds can follow. Endless deadlines, constant notifications, social pressures, and the non-stop flow of information can leave us feeling restless, anxious, or impatient. Yet, as meditation masters teach, true patience is not about passive waiting or suppressing our emotions. It is a skill we can cultivate, moment by moment, through the small choices we make each day. For a young person navigating school, work, or relationships, practicing patience might mean pausing before responding to a hurtful message, taking a deep breath instead of reacting impulsively, or sitting quietly with discomfort rather than seeking distractions online. For someone older, it could be showing patience with a colleague, a child, or even with oneself when things don't unfold as planned. By treating every small challenge as an opportunity to train our minds, like savoring plain noodles without sauce, we gradually strengthen our resilience, calmness, and clarity of thought. Patience then transforms from a mere virtue into a practical tool. It helps us make wiser decisions, nurture healthier relationships, and face life's inevitable frustrations with grace. Each time we exercise it, we open space for understanding, compassion, and joy to grow. Like the still surface of a serene lake, our minds can become calm and steady, carrying us gently through life's storms with quiet strength. Thank you for staying with me until this moment in the video. I truly hope this reflection on patience has brought a sense of calm and positivity into your day. If you've enjoyed this journey, I'd love for you to join our little bedtime family by subscribing to the channel. Please feel free to leave a comment. Your words are a wonderful source of encouragement and motivation, helping this channel reach more hearts. Wishing you a peaceful night and the sweetest of dreams.